Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Audrey Mascarenhas, and I'm President and CEO of Questor Technology. I have been passionate about energy and environment for over 40 years. The first 20 years of my career, I spent it at Gulf Canada Resources, an oil and gas company. The second 22nd years, I've been at Questor, passionate about looking for solutions and innovation around our journey to reducing emissions, protecting our environment and saving lives. Now, you may be wondering why someone like me would leave a successful career in oil and gas and join a startup in 1999 to focus on emissions and environment. My husband certainly did. He said to me, "Help me understand this. You're turning down all these high-paying jobs in oil and gas. No one's ever going to care about emissions or environment, and the nanny's going to make more money than you. Help me understand how this makes business sense." And I said, someday we would need to care about emissions and environment. I have been amazingly lucky in my life and my career, and I really saw this as a chance for me to give back. Now, honestly, I didn't think it would take 22 years to care about emissions and environment, but here we are today. So Questor has focused on developing patented clean combustion technology that destroys methane at 99.99% efficiency. It's a global warming gas that is actually 86 times worse than CO2 over a 20-year period. So it truly is the low-hanging fruit. Additionally, we've been developing a technology that takes wasted, low-grade waste heat and turns it into clean, emission-free power. According to MIT and Stanford, the two largest opportunities to stop the temperature rise that is impactful, inexpensive, and can be done right now, it's simply don't put methane into the atmosphere and improve energy efficiency. I have the privilege to work, speak, and travel all over the world. The one common value that we all share as a human race is that each and every one of us wants our kids to be happy, to have a great life, and to have a great future. And we would do everything, even at the sacrifice of ourselves, to have it so. If you agree with this premise, then shouldn't we all be rolling up our sleeves, putting aside our differences, and figuring out how we can make it so? Instead, I see us having polarizing conversations. We're pointing our fingers to someone else. We focus on the shiny, the sexy, and the moonshots. The belief that is holding us back is that we have to invent a solution and that none exist. We believe that it's going to cost a lot, and I think this has paralyzed us. In 2013, a gentleman by the name of Bertrand Piccard flew a solar plane around the world without any fuel. He believed that if he could do what everyone said could not be done, that there was probably solutions already on this planet that could have an impact on climate change, that would help us get to our sustainability goals. So in 2016, he launched his Solar Impulse Foundation, and he made it the goal to find 1,000 solutions to protect the environment in a cost-effective way and advance our sustainability goals. I am pleased to say that Questor's clean combustion technology and our waste heat to power solutions were chosen by the foundation as one of the 1,000. I'd like to show you a picture. As you can see from this example, it's showing that we can reduce emissions significantly by not putting methane into the atmosphere. What you're seeing there is a pipeline blowdown. This was typically vented. When we vent 5 million standard cubic feet a day of methane, we're putting around 8,000 tons a day of CO2 equivalent. By cleanly combusting it, it's 260. Additionally, there's 17,000 houses surrounding this site. We made an impact by deploying technology around the air quality. We created the social license to operate, but it also shows a very strong business case. We believe the prize and opportunity is large if we focus on methane. Every day, according to the World Bank, we flare and vent over 14.5 billion standard cubic feet a day. We've been doing this for over 50 years. We've made a little progress on reducing it. It has a big impact on air quality, greenhouse gas emissions, and it's an enormous waste of energy. What if I told you that for $3.6 billion investment, we could reduce these emissions of 1 gigaton a year? Instead, we have spent our capital, for example, in Canada, on 2 carbon capture projects that will reduce emissions 2 million tons a year. This illustrates that we've got an opportunity to maybe spend this capital more wisely to have an impact. I think our system and our approach to the biggest challenge we have faced on this planet is broken. We continue to have polarizing conversations, and surprisingly, technology innovators, your solution providers, are not at the table with industry and government. In Canada, I think the government believes that technology companies have a vested interest, so they're not included at the table. I think our regulatory system is broken and complicated. So as a result, instead of us rolling up our sleeves to collectively solve this problem, we're busy fighting each other, and as a result, we're failing our children and their children. We're excited about moonshots, solutions that have not been proven yet and need a large amount of taxpayer money to develop. Additionally, they're many years away from making an impact and have considerable risk. Cleanly combusting methane and generating power from waste heat sounds boring in comparison to hydrogen and fusion and a whole bunch of other things. But reality is we need both. We need to deploy the practical, high-impact, cost-effective 1,000 solutions now that are ready to go because it buys us time to prove out the moonshots. We need to be much clearer on what we mean by net zero so that we're ensuring we're solving the right problem. What if I told you that by replacing flaring and venting in the oil and gas industry with clean combustion technology and opportunities to convert the heat to power, we could reduce our emissions at a cost of less than $1 a ton with 100% return on investment and produce the cleanest energy from the planet? The world needs clean energy if we're going to create a great sustainable future for all. The world needs action, not talk. It needs us to step up and lead. Thank you.